It was shades of SummerSlam 2014 to kick off the first ever WWE WrestlePalooza on Saturday, as Brock Lesnar returned to action for the first time in over 2 years and hit John Cena with 7 total F5s before calling it a night. Cena made his entrance with a group of children, announced by Alicia Taylor. Before Taylor could introduce Lesnar, Paul Heyman interrupted her. Unsurprisingly, Brock Lesnar's former advocate decided to go back to his old role as he introduced the Beast Incarnate to the WWE Universe. The match exploded into action the moment the bell rang. Cena tried to fight back, but Lesnar quickly leveled him with a clothesline, followed by a suplex as Cena attempted to escape the ring. The leader of the C Nation mounted a fight back with shoulder tackles, finally knocking Lesnar off his feet on the 4th attempt. Cena hit 3 consecutive attitude adjustments, yet Lesnar continued to rise. He immediately responded with 2 back-to-back F5s, then 4 more, toying with Cena between each one. After the 6th F5, Lesnar pinned Cena for the win. Not content with that, he returned to the ring, delivered an F5 to the referee, and finished it with a 7th F5 on Cena. Lesnar then walked up the ramp, leaving Cena to stagger out of the ring and acknowledge the crowd on his own. The cameras caught Tyrese Halliburton at ringside, jaw dropped, a fitting expression given that so much of WWE had been centered on Cena's retirement tour, only to see the company essentially replay the jaw-dropping SummerSlam 2014 main event. It was a near carbon copy, albeit shorter, of that historic match. Outside of re-establishing Lesnar as an unstoppable force, which most fans already knew, there was little reason to revisit the storyline. Cena remained a selling point for the show, but unless WWE plans a gradual decline leading into his final match, recreating a match from over a decade ago felt unnecessary and lacked the same impact it once held. One could argue that Lesnar's victory made sense. With Cena on his way out, WWE clearly aimed to re-establish Lesnar as a dominant force, reminding fans why he's long been one of the company's most unstoppable competitors. The aftermath of Lesnar's dominant performance immediately shifted the conversation to Paul Heyman, whose post-show comments added a chilling layer to the spectacle. Here's what I'll say about Brock. I said it the night after Brock Lesnar conquered The Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar is not here to put smiles on people's faces. Brock Lesnar is here to put tears in the eyes of children, he declared. Heyman's blunt assessment underscores just how deliberately WWE is positioning Lesnar's return. The question now is whether the company will lean into Heyman's chilling proclamation as a cornerstone of Lesnar's next chapter. Do you agree with Heyman's statement about Brock Lesnar's role in WWE? And how will he fit into the equation considering he's now linked with the Vision? Will Rollins push him out of the faction, or will Lesnar become a full part of the Vision? Drop your thoughts and reactions in the comments below. Next up, a backstage confrontation during the WrestlePalooza kickoff show set the stage for a major twist later in the night. Raw General Manager Adam Pearce announced LA Knight as the special guest referee for the clash between the reunited Usos and the Vision's Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker. The Usos entered the arena to their classic theme, complete with both brothers on vocals, earning a thunderous ovation. Once the bell rang, the heels quickly seized control. Reed and Breakker cut off Jimmy Uso early, isolating him from his brother while leaning into the relaxed rules Knight admitted he would allow on the pre-show. The advantage grew when they introduced a steel chair into the match, only for Jimmy to turn the weapon against them by planting Reed face first into it. The Usos' momentum was short-lived though, as Breakker broke up a hot tag and swung control back to his side. The turning point came when Jimmy finally reached his brother. Jay exploded into the match, bringing fire and energy that shifted the pace. With Knight's loose officiating opening the door, the Usos introduced a table into play, though the heels quickly set it up to use it themselves. After a string of double super kicks, the twins connected with the 1D, but Reed broke up the pinfall in the nick of time. Tension continued to simmer between Jay and referee Knight, stalling the babyface's progress. In a frightening moment, Jay swung a steel chair at Breakker, but it bounced back and split the former world champion open. Breakker immediately capitalized, drilling both Usos with a double spear through the table before Reed crushed Jay with a tsunami for the decisive victory. After the match, concern shifted away from the result when fan-shot footage surfaced online. The video showed Jimmy Uso protectively checking on Jay, who appeared to be shaken up at ringside. A WWE doctor and the referee could be seen assessing him, though there's still no confirmation about what exactly happened. Hopefully the injury is not serious. Still, the result raised eyebrows, and WWE's booking points to several possible explanations. The first centers on the Usos themselves. While they reunited for this marquee match, the brothers have not been fully aligned in recent months, and Jay's growing tension with LA Knight during the contest only fueled speculation that Usos' partnership may be on shaky ground. WWE could be using this setback to underline that divide and may set up a feud between them. Another possibility lies in WWE's future plans for Knight and Jay. His role as referee wasn't just about calling the action, it planted seeds. The friction between him and Jay was impossible to miss, and the finish leaves the door wide open for a one-on-one feud. A rivalry between those two could give fans a fresh, high-profile storyline heading into the next major event, assuming Jay's medical status clears him for action. Finally, there's the vision. WWE has steadily positioned Breakker and Reed as a destructive force, and defeating the Usos gives them immediate credibility. Much like the Bloodline's dominance reshaped the tag division, WWE may be grooming the Vision as the next powerhouse team. A clean win over one of the most decorated duos in WWE history cements that path forward. Whether this night marked the beginning of a long-term Uso split, the start of a Knight-Jay feud, or simply the ascension of the Vision, WrestlePalooza made one thing clear: WWE's tag team landscape is changing. What do you think this loss means for the Usos? Is WWE planting seeds for a breakup, or was this a calculated move to elevate the Vision? Share your thoughts below. Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. For the first time in 10 years, AJ Lee set foot inside of the squared circle for a WWE match, teaming with her husband CM Punk to battle World Heavyweight Champion Seth freaking Rollins and his wife, Women's Intercontinental Champion Becky Lynch. The match stood out for its storytelling, from the early sequences highlighting AJ Lee needing the hot tag to the various submission maneuvers. The Black Widow was applied to both Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, while the Sharpshooter targeted CM Punk and later Becky Lynch. The final moments were particularly memorable. A major commentary table spot saw Becky throw AJ into Punk and Seth, collapsing the table, only for AJ to reverse the manhandle slam with another Black Widow, forcing Becky to tap out. The result means AJ Lee now holds a victory over Becky Lynch, raising questions about her potential as a #1 contender for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. The entrance for Seth and Becky was impressive, descending from the lift in a dramatic fashion. Despite some criticism about the match being sloppy, overbooked, or long, it delivered as a high-intensity contest. Given AJ Lee's return after a decade, minor imperfections added to the match's character and realism. The level of booking reflected the intense rivalry, making it feel like a true war rather than overdone storytelling. Overall, the match provided entertaining husband-wife spots, highlighted AJ Lee's return, reinforced Becky Lynch's selfless in-ring persona, and allowed the babyfaces to celebrate. With a highly engaged crowd, the match achieved everything expected and more, providing a memorable moment for fans. Stephanie Vaquer and Io Sky, two of the most decorated women in the business, squared off for the vacant Women's World Championship in the night's third bout. Sky displayed her veteran instincts from the start, but momentum swung back and forth throughout the match. A pivotal turning point came when Sky's over-the-moonsault was cut off by Vaquer's raised boots, leaving the door open for her to finally connect with the Devil's Kiss. In a shocking moment, Sky became the first star in WWE to ever kick out of the SVB, rallying briefly with running meteoras that flattened her challenger in the corner. But the damage to her knees left Sky unable to sustain her comeback. Vaquer capitalized, heading to the top rope to unveil a brand new spiral tap, sealing the 3 count and her first WWE Women's World Championship. The post-match scene was just as memorable, as Vaquer celebrated with Sky before embracing her father at ringside, closing one of the most significant nights of her career. Sky's selling of her injured knee added drama to the finish, helping elevate the story and the stakes. Many fans and critics alike have pointed out that women's wrestling had carried WWE throughout 2025, and this match reinforced that belief. 3 bouts into WrestlePalooza, it already stood out as the best of the card, showcasing once again why Io Sky remains the best in the world and why WWE has moved so quickly to position Stephanie Vaquer as a top star. That energy carried over into the commentary booth, where Wade Barrett made his long-awaited return alongside Michael Cole and Pat McAfee, who returned to a thunderous ovation earlier in the night. Barrett had been absent from television for a couple of weeks, sparking speculation that he was sidelined due to heat with Nikki Bella after a controversial remark about her being desperate to prove she still belongs against the new generation. Barrett dismissed those rumors outright, explaining that he had applied for the leave 9 months earlier and had already spoken to Nikki Bella to clear the air. His return to the commentary desk, however, was quickly overshadowed by a bizarre remark during Stephanie Vaquer's title match, leaving Michael Cole and the audience stunned. During Vaquer's match, after Vaquer connected with her signature Devil's Kiss, Barrett remarked, "I would love to smooch with the devil, wouldn't we all?" The bizarre comment stunned Michael Cole, who audibly reacted on air, leaving fans buzzing about the exchange. What did you think of Wade Barrett's comment during Stephanie Vaquer's big moment? Was it just cheeky commentary, or did it cross a line? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Before the main event in Indianapolis, the arena went wild as Kid Rock's American Badass hit and The Undertaker rode down on his motorcycle. Stephanie McMahon was standing at ringside when Taker approached her, microphone in hand. After joking about never sitting on the other side of the barricade and pointing out how Stephanie had been spotted at big events recently, he got to the real reason for his appearance. "Are you ready?" The Undertaker paused before announcing it was his honor to reveal Stephanie McMahon as the first inductee into the 2026 WWE Hall of Fame. The crowd erupted as the two hugged, and moments later, WWE CEO Nick Khan joined in to celebrate her with a hug of his own. What's your take on Stephanie McMahon getting inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame next year? Who else should be inducted? Please share your thoughts and feedback in the comments below. Cody Rhodes entered last night's Undisputed WWE Championship match against Drew McIntyre, still feeling the effects of his SmackDown beatdown. Rhodes stumbled during an attempted Cody cutter and appeared momentarily off his step, as Wade Barrett noted on commentary. Even when the American Nightmare mounted offense, such as a top rope superplex, he reacted slowly, clutching the back of his head. Shaking it off, Rhodes traded strikes with McIntyre and added a snap power slam for a near fall. The action continued back and forth until McIntyre exposed a turnbuckle. With the referee distracted, the challenger rolled up Rhodes but could not capitalize on the official's count. The Scottish Warrior later teased a Claymore through the commentary table, echoing his attack on Rhodes after SummerSlam, but the referee prevented it. When McIntyre finally attempted the move, he missed, risking serious injury to his leg. That misstep left him unable to deliver a finishing Claymore, allowing Rhodes to seize the opportunity, hitting a Super Cody cutter, followed by Crossroads to secure the victory. McIntyre and Rhodes showcased excellent chemistry throughout the match. While the early portions were methodical and restrained, the climactic spots elevated the contest, marking another strong main event performance from the American Nightmare. The lingering question remains how McIntyre rebounds from this defeat. His ongoing pattern of high-profile appearances without securing major wins continues to challenge his credibility at the top of the card. Barrett's commentary questioning referee positioning or the table crash's impact is secondary. McIntyre himself engineered those moments. Ultimately, he will likely earn another title opportunity, but a win is essential to solidify his place as a serious main event contender. With that in mind, what do you think about McIntyre's booking? Is it time for WWE to finally let him capture a top-tier victory, or does his current pattern make sense in the bigger picture? WrestlePalooza concluded with Rhodes retaining the undisputed WWE Championship, but the post-show set up the next major storyline. Fresh off his win, Rhodes boldly declared himself the only superstar qualified to be WWE's quarterback. The segment did not go unnoticed. Seth Rollins appeared moments later, championship in hand, stepping face-to-face with Rhodes. The two champions shared an intense, silent stare-down before holding their titles high for the cameras. Triple H later confirmed on the post-show panel that Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins will officially clash in a champion versus champion match next month, setting up one of WWE's biggest showdowns of the year. Do you want to see Rhodes and Rollins face off at Crown Jewel, or should WWE hold off and save this matchup for WrestleMania? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Now, leading up to the event, Triple H promised spectacle, surprises, and premium quality when WrestlePalooza aired as WWE's first pay-per-view under its $1.6 billion deal with ESPN. But instead of universal praise, what followed was a flood of criticism from fans who felt the show fell flat, especially with the monthly price tag now bumped up to $29.99. After the match, Triple H took to Twitter to praise Cody Rhodes, highlighting Cody as the top performer of the night, framing him as the face of WWE's new era on ESPN. But instead of applause, the tweet quickly sparked backlash. One fan fired back, "Quit please, you can't book," criticizing the overall creative direction of the event. Another took aim at the main event and the logic behind the referee's involvement in Cody's victory. Referee interrupting Drew made no sense. Could have had Cody win in a better, sensical way. Mid-PLE, just barely saved by Stephanie vs. Io and mixed tag match. Viewers also expressed frustration that WWE wasted the chance to deliver something truly special. One fan wrote, "Thanks for such a mid-show. Becky and Seth vs. Punk and AJ should have main evented, with Stephanie vs. Io opening the show." The timing of WrestlePalooza didn't escape criticism either, as it aired on the same day as AEW All Out. One tweet called out WWE's counter-programming approach instead of focusing on its own product. "Stop counter-programming and focus on your own company. AEW isn't your competition, Shawn Michaels is." Fans were further disappointed by the lack of surprises, despite Triple H hyping them repeatedly in the lead up to the show. "So, you said there'd be surprises and spectacle? Any update on that? Are they going to be on the post-show?" one viewer asked sarcastically. Others echoed the sentiment, posting, "What kind of main event was that? And I saved $30 by not watching this, but I still would like a refund judging by these reactions." A particularly harsh critique came from someone who actually paid to watch the event. "I can't believe I actually paid to watch that show. It was pretty lame. There were only 2 good matches, and the main event was a snooze fest. It was the second shortest match of the night. Now that WWE PLEs are on ESPN, I think I'm just done with them. They haven't been very good lately." WrestlePalooza was meant to kick off a new era for WWE, but the online reaction suggests it didn't resonate with a large portion of the fan base. Rather than walking away feeling part of a historic launch, many viewers are left questioning whether the ESPN era is worth the premium price. The backlash also raises bigger questions about WWE's creative direction, with fan expectations running high and competition from AEW intensifying. How WWE adapts will be critical. The reactions to WrestlePalooza might just be the first indicator of how much work lies ahead for WWE's new era. What do you think? Was WrestlePalooza really worth the $29.99 ESPN price tag? Or is this the start of something WWE fans should be concerned about? Share your thoughts and feedback in the comments section below.